Hi everyone and welcome to another Kollectormaniac video. Now before we get started with this video, just like to remind you, if you're not already subscribed to the channel, please hit that button as well as the bell icon so that you get notifications when a new video goes live. And of course, if you like these videos, please hit the like, and as always, please leave your comments below. Now this week we have the second video, which I'm showing my mugs off, or rather custom mugs off to you guys. I hope you enjoyed last week's video. As I said, it was something a little bit different, and I'm aware that of course not everyone's going to spend the money that I have on these mugs, but said I equally view these as pieces of art. I don't have them just sat in a cupboard. I have them on my desk where I can see them and where others can as well. The first mug I had up for you today is based on Turkey Merck's skull mug design. These are 20-ounce mugs, but this is the Joker variant. Now in my opinion, this is based more on the Dark Knight version of Joker, but equally it could be obviously the original Joker from the TV series, or even Jack Nicholson's version, who can tell. As you'll immediately see, this has a striking green handle. The eyelining is very interesting, that it has these blacked out eyes just like all of the skull variants that Turkey produces, but this is slightly different in that you can almost see, very much like the Dark Knight Joker, the black kind of eyelining rubbing underneath the eyes and also around the tops, which, as I said, that's why I feel this is more of the Dark Knight version. I like the almost the red kind of lipstick / red liner, which goes one side of a cheek over the teeth to the other, and also the teeth have been weathered as well. Has almost a yellowy tinge to it. There's actually almost a bit of the kind of red makeup on them as well. The other striking thing about the actual sculpt of this mug is that Turkey's actually included details such as the gaps between the upper jaw, see around the side. I don't know the correct anatomical name for this. Feel free for you guys to put that in the comments. And this was number 16 of 20 that Turkey has produced in this Joker variant. I don't believe he's done any more, but feel free to correct me in the comments below, guys. And lastly, another really cool detail, which you can see on your screens now, is that Turkey has actually used the same green inside the mug as he has on the handle. It's not just a plain color inside. It just again adds to this feeling that these pieces are very well thought out when they're made, and a nice matching color scheme. It was the same with the Myers mug actually, in that it had a black handle and a black inside. Now, just like last week's video, I'm going to give you all a 360-degree view of this mug, and then I'll give you my thoughts afterwards. Enjoy! Well, I hope you all enjoyed that 360-degree view of this skull mug. So overall, I think this, to start with, is an awesome sculpt. I really like the attention to detail that Turkey has managed to achieve in this mug, even so far as going to the point where he's got the actual sutures, which obviously separate the various plates of the skull, so to speak. And it would be very easy just to make a completely smooth skull, etc. But he's actually put these details in. And I think it also means that when he does come to do new glazes, new designs, he's got a great base to start with. As I said, I think the teeth are done very, very well. They look like real teeth, which is rare. They're shaped very well. That doesn't quite have obviously the different kind of incisors and that, but we're getting into a bit of a city level of detail there. They're weathered in between nicely, and they achieve exactly what they meant to be, which is they look like real teeth. Overall, I think this is a piece of art. As I said, I don't see these just as mugs, and I don't believe Turkey does either. The amount of detail and care that is put into these pieces. And at the end of the day, yeah, of course, there are multiple variants of this design. The fact is, we only need to look at statue companies, all of these. They'll produce one design. I mean, take Prime 1, for instance. The amount of Optimus Prime statues and variants they brought out, yet they were still sold and they were popular. So I have no issue with artists doing this. In terms of usability as a mug, again, I'm able to drink perfectly comfortable in terms of the lip around the top. The only real issue I have is that the handle isn't quite wide enough for me to get 4 fingers through. Unlike the Myers mug, where I can comfortably hold that without any difficulty, this is a little bit more awkward. But I suppose if you were to make the handle much bigger, it would impact on the design, so to speak. Moving on to the second mug, any of you who are familiar with Friday the 13th, or even some of the pieces on my channel, will immediately recognize that this is a Friday the 13th hockey mask skull. Obviously what Jason Voorhees wears for the majority of the films. Now, if memory serves me, I'd say looking at the design of the chevrons and obviously the color, this is based off the mask from part 3. As part of the mask design, Turkey has also incorporated the various little holes that you have on the hockey mask, and they look very effective. Now, this is exactly the same skull, as in sculpt, as the previous mug. The only real difference are the teeth at the front. I believe this is almost known as the snaggletooth variant that Turkey uses for obviously just plain mugs, as well as this variant. And unlike the previous mug, which had almost black smearings underneath the eye holes, this just has the solid black, almost looking into your soul eyes going on, as well as the nose. The handle on this variant is black, as well as the inside, as you can see on your screen. And this is number 5 of 13 that was produced during the 2018 run of this variant. Now, as with our previous mug, I'm going to give you all a 360-degree view of this, and then I'll come back and give you my final thoughts on it. Enjoy, everyone. Well, I hope you all enjoyed that 360-degree view of the Friday the 13th skull variant by Turkey Merck. Now, I'm not going to go into too much detail regarding the sculpt because you know my opinion on that. I think it's a very nice sculpt. Obviously, there is a difference in terms of the snaggletooth variant, but the main difference is the finish or the glaze in this. Now, for me, when you look at this, you can immediately see it is meant to be the hockey mask that Jason wears. It's no doubt about that. It includes the 3 red chevrons, which, as I said previously, are iconic with the Part 3 mask, and of course the air or breathing holes. Now, I do like this snaggletooth variant. It just adds a bit more character, I believe, instead of having a perfect skull. Now for me, the negatives of this piece are just simply the fact that the handle is a little bit too small, as I mentioned in the Joker skull conclusion. And before I say this, I like to state that I don't collect these pieces for their rarity, etc. I collect them because I enjoy them and I like them as pieces of art. Now, when this variant was announced in 2018, it was stated as being that there was only going to be 13 of this variant. Now, of course, this immediately, attracts attention. Everyone gets excited, but along with that comes almost buyer's desperation, the fact that you have to have that because there's only going to be 13 ever. So I was one of the lucky 13 people to get this mug, and of course I was ultra happy, and as you can tell with the piece, I really enjoy this. But unfortunately, around a year later, there was a second run announced. Now, of course, under no time did Turkey say or state that there was only going to be one run ever of these Friday the 13th variants. And if you look at the bottom of the mug again, there is a clear one there. But it just frustrated me, and it was a little bit of a dampener in the fact that this second run did come out, because obviously had I known there was going to be a second run, I would have perhaps thought I can wait to the next year, or wait until that second run's announced. At the end of the day, as I'm sure many of you have experienced this, you'll buy something because you don't think it's going to be available again, and then it comes in stock the next week, the next month, the next year, etc. Again, it's not a huge deal. I said I don't purchase these to sell on or anything like that. It's just a small niggle for me. With all that being said, I'm just going to remind you guys, if you enjoyed this video, please give it a like. If you're not already subscribed to the channel, please do that while you're there as well. And again, let me know what you think of this piece. Does it match up with what you'd expect a Joker mug or a Friday the 13th mug to look like? Is it something you'd like in your collection? Let me know below, guys. And lastly, as a small Easter egg for anyone who's made it this far in a video, if you type in #skull in a comment below, I'll give you a shout out next week. Again, it's just a little bit of fun. I hope you enjoyed watching this Kollectormaniac video. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye. Enjoyed that 360 degree. The groove?